worldwide?
72 million. 72.
Yeah, well, that's really close. That gets the bottom. It's, my count said 75 billion? Million. 75 million. I'm so afraid. I can't do that. I definitely can't do that. Okay, that's getting us warmed up. So start thinking about apps. We're just getting our document camera set up, so if you want to see these apps, you're going to have to, we're going to need our document camera. I invite all of you to stick around. We do another show on the show floor called Fashion Wear, where we take, just like we take mobile apps and pick the coolest for you, and you get to come see them. We do the same thing with fashion. At 6 o'clock tonight, the clothes come off the mannequins get naked, and it turns into a runway, live runway show with models. It's pretty awesome. Please come to Fashion Wear and have some fun with us. We'll have refreshments there. And after this, we also have a digital health conference going on in, 2 floors up. And you can get to hear about your quantified selves. So, without any further ado, no, Carrie, am I ready?
I don't have the video.
Okay. So, you know, mobile apps are a little tougher to showcase than many other things because we have HDMI out now and line out. It just takes us a second to get assembled. But let me, okay. Anybody can guess the device that I'm holding in this really ancient picture? Can win. Any trivia? Oh, there's one. Yeah, there is a BlackBerry in there. A BlackBerry and, God, a Palm? A Dell Axum. Oh my God, we have like serious old timers. Right? Okay. All right. I'm not going to do it. These things are loaded. Okay, so every year we do this in Las Vegas at CES. How many of you have been to a mobile apps or a Last Gadget standing event in Vegas? They're really fun. We'll be ready again for you this year. And we can cha-cha to Latin music. I'm going to take a minute. You'll be meeting our judges who could join us today. But every judge has looked at the apps and weighed in, as well as the people online who have tried out apps and weighed in. And we'll tell you more about the online winner at the end of the show. So we're going to practice now. The rules of the room. Each mobile app that you're about to see will get 4 minutes, and 4 minutes only. They have a timer. After 4 minutes, the music will go up. Your job is to remember who they are. We'll review at the end. And your job is to vote, not with any fancy SMS, because it never works, but with old-fashioned applause, because it really works and it really makes for a lot of fun. Your definition of the winner should be the mobile app in the crowd that you think a year from now, maybe even 2 years from now, and 3 years from now, will be a keeper. Which one is going to really survive the test of time? Because you know a lot of these things are in the news in the morning and they're out by the afternoon. If you were with us in Vegas in January, you saw MyScript Calculator win. And how many have seen MyScript Calculator? Went on to be in the Apple commercials, went on to just have their own life way beyond ours. So the reminder is the crowd always knows best and knows a keeper when they see it. We're going to practice with our applause meter a little later on in the show, and at the end of the show, we will have new champions online and on-site winners of Mobile Apps Showdown. And okay, so if you guys can like wave or just show me you're alive. You're alive. You're alive. Is my sound guys? They're not quite alive. All right, true confessions. The guy back there in the scripture is also my husband, and this is how he acts at home. All right? It's not very much different. Karen, are we live? Wow. I am here? Yes? Okay, so we're going to start right in with our first app, and to present the first app, we have one of our judges, Helena Stone from Check. Give it up for Helena.
we're going to start off with ActiveBudz, which is essentially a social network for fitness buffs. The app is designed to help you find the perfect workout buddy or training partner in your area. And what we liked about the app is how it's able to pinpoint your location and find appropriate partners in your area. So here to introduce ActiveBudz is Tanya Maslach.
Thanks, Tanya. Don't start the clock yet. Get it to 4 till she. Thank you. Okay. You ready? She's ready.
Just logistics. Just touching this, carrying it on every bar. Okay. I'm sorry? Okay. All right, where's my big clock? Oh, God, you guys started. All right, so ActiveBudz. I want to talk to you about why we even created this app. How many of you, and this is just a multiple choice question, how many of you, when you started a fitness activity, like running or cycling or swimming or anything like that, the first thing that you did was A, you checked your polar heart rate monitor or your Garmin or your Fitbit. B, you went onto Facebook, Twitter, or joined a running club to find someone else like you to get advice from. Or C, you actually picked up your phone and used it for what a phone was designed for, and you called a friend to get some trusted advice on how to start that activity. Now, I'm not a betting girl, but I'm wagering that the people in the room likely did B or C or both. And that's why ActiveBudz was created. Because our worldwide community actually was having the same problem. We were getting tweets like this, and we still do every day, and emails and Facebook posts. They're looking for someone like them. So they wanted a very personalized connection to a training buddy, a coach, or a mentor. And even as crowded as this space is, they still couldn't find anyone. Now Dana is in black, and she exemplifies the ActiveBudz. She lives in Washington, and about a year ago she was driving down the street in her SUV, and it was snowing gross outside, and on the other side of the street ran a larger, heavier set woman by herself. And Dana swung her SUV around, jumped out of the car, and in her high-heel leather boots, after work, she goes jogging up with this lady. And what she does is she says to her, I used to be over 100 pounds overweight. I trained by myself. Can I be your training buddy? And these three women never met before January of this year. For 2 years, they were ActiveBudz online only. One in California, one in Colorado, and one in Florida. They had one single goal together: do 140.6 miles of running, swimming, and cycling. Now, it seems crazy to all of you, but some people decide that I want to run 3 miles, and that's really long for them. But they can't find someone to help them. These three women found each other in the ActiveBudz community, and in January they flew halfway around the world to New Zealand to realize their goal together. So that's why ActiveBudz exists. Now, how do we do it? We basically ask you 14 questions. It takes about 30 seconds. When you're done, and this is a series of some of the questions, when you're done, we provide you ActiveBudz connections. These are personalized for your lifestyle, your fitness goal, your fitness pursuits, and right across the top, there's this little ticker, and it says ActiveBudz near me. That means wherever you take your phone, we have matched you with other people that you could link up with to do whatever kind of fitness activity that you so desire. You can brag about what you're doing, you can ask other people for advice, you can upload photos, you can create groups we call tribes, invite people into your tribes. And best of all, we have a reward system. So we give you real brand products so that you can really enjoy this process with your friends and lessen some of that financial risk of buying all the stuff to live the active, healthy lifestyle. So we believe it's not so much about the gadgets and the sensors and the goodies, but it's actually more about the personal connections that we're all missing so much, and eliminating search entirely for you, and basically giving you that personal connection without you having to look for it. That's ActiveBudz. It's hot outside, so enjoy these, and we're in the exhibit hall.
Sweat and buddy. Okay. So let's go on to, I'm going to introduce Sunny Dave, one of our judges who's going to introduce VidLasso, a crowdsourced video application.
Hi. VidLasso is primarily a video management tool, and here to present is Christy from VidLasso. Thank you.
It's like running the gauntlet. Now we'll see if how Christie's machine is working. And
Yeah, I'll just go straight to this. We'll make this easy and just go. Hi.
okay, come out of here.
Thank you, Sunny. This probably won't fit super well. This is Janet. She is my friend. She's using the VidLasso tool. We just launched last Tuesday. She's using the VidLasso tool set in order to shoot some video of you guys watching me, watching you. This will all be fabulous at the end, I'm sure. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time showing you guys how it works. I'm really just going to talk about what it is and why we built it. So this is a quick little video of me doing CrossFit, and the very first time I ever did a pull-up all by myself.
Yay!
These are my fans, my gym fans, they all went nuts. So the thing that we started, oh, mine too far away, sorry. The thing that got me really thinking about this is I do a lot of CrossFit. I learned to rock climb because I now live in Las Vegas and there's nothing else to do. I grew up in the water, I didn't know what to do with myself, so I started doing all these crazy things in the dry weather. That's CrossFit, that's rock climbing, there's all these things. But what I realized in working on learning these things is that my background is in television production, and there's this, of course, social media revolution going on, has been going on for a long time, and people shooting all kinds of video and pictures and posting them on their personal pages. And that's great, it's super fun, something like this. I obviously stuck it on Facebook, all my friends went nuts, everybody liked it, that was fun. I was 45 when I finally did a pull-up by myself for the first time. That was cool. But there really is a business application here. There really is a usefulness for businesses to have access to footage like this. So we built VidLasso as a way for companies to gather all these kinds of video in order to use them to promote their own things. So let's say I owned a CrossFit gym. These kinds of firsts, these kinds of cool things happen in the gym all the time. Wouldn't it be great as the gym owner if I had access to people doing their first pull-up, and the lady the following week was 80 years old, did her first unassisted pull-up. These are really cool moments that are not just beneficial to that individual, but they do great things for the company as a whole. It's a really good marketing tool. Same thing if, let's say I got really good in a couple years and I actually entered the ESPN's CrossFit games. They would be able to potentially have access to all these kinds of videos and all these clips, all centered in one central location where the producers of the show would be able to grab all this footage, edit it into their shows, use it in their social media marketing, really promote anything that's going on that really involves a whole bunch of people instead of just kind of a brand isolated, trying to pay videographers to run around these huge events like CE Week and try to gather everybody's perspective on what's going on. It's impossible to do. So everyone has a smartphone practically. Most of them have video in them. The best thing in the world to do is give all those people a tool to capture video and capture these moments for them to use them for all kinds of marketing purposes. So what I would encourage all of you to do is if you have an iPhone or an Android device, you can download VidLasso. It's available in either store. And put in the invitation code CE Week. All one word, doesn't matter if it's upper or lowercase. Just put in CE Week or the word Showdown, and you can see how the app works. You can shoot video. You can tell the CE Week people actually have access on the back end, which is what I've got shown up here. You can, the folks behind the scenes that are in the company that are editors or social media people can actually go through all the videos that you all shoot, any comments you want to make, and those folks will see it. They might use it in social media. They might just simply respond to what was said. So that's the tool. Thank you for your time, and that's VidLasso.
Great. Okay, next up, I'd like to invite our judge, Suzanne Cantra, and to introduce, Suzanne's with Techlicious, to introduce eMeals, a sort of smarter, better way to eat. There you go.
Hello everyone. So do you know what you're having for dinner tonight or tomorrow night or the night after? Because sometimes it's hard to get inspiration for what you're going to put on the dinner table, especially if you're somebody who does their shopping for a week at a time. And that's where eMeals comes in. They do meal planning for you, so you can subscribe to any number of different types of meal plans, including gluten-free and low fat and kid-friendly, all different types of meal plans, and then create that ultimate shopping list for you, tell you where everything is at the shopping aisles. And what we liked about it is that it sort of took away that time that you sit there scratching your head saying, okay, what am I going to eat for the rest of the week with my family? So here to do a demonstration is Doug Allen.
Thank you so much. We're going to start off with a quick video, just to kind of give you an overview of eMeals and kind of what we're all about.
It's Monday, 6 o'clock, so what's for dinner? The pantry is full, but as usual, there's nothing to eat. You could go out, but dinner's already late, and besides, you did that twice last week. The drive-thru would be fast, but then again, sound familiar? eMeals takes the stress out of feeding your family. You can solve dinner for the whole year with just one click. Menus developed by experts include options for everyone, whether you're feeding a large family or cooking for two. On a diet? Eating healthy. Maybe you're a foodie, or you just want classic family meals like Mom made. Pick your preferred food style and your favorite store. Every week you get an online meal plan with easy-to-prepare recipes you'll love and an itemized shopping list. We even coordinate your menu with weekly grocery store specials wherever possible. Let eMeals do the planning so you can save your time and money for the things that count. You'll never look back.
And now if you want to, we can switch to the device. So you're driving home after work, and you get the dreaded call asking what's for dinner. What eMeals, we set out to solve this problem with a really simple solution. You can choose from over 60 meal plan options. Our meal plans are tailored by 3 different areas: family size, food style, and store preference. Every week, we send you an updated meal plan consisting of 7 dinner menus, and users also have the ability to add a healthy lunch or breakfast plan. So every week, when you get the menu, you'll know that all 7 recipes and all recipes included in the app were developed by our team of expert recipe developers, nutritionists, and overall cooks that have years of experience. So you receive the list and you look through it and you decide what you have going on this week with your family. Little Johnny might have a football game, so you know you're going to be out eating out that night, or maybe you plan a date night out with your spouse. So simply you go into the app, decide which recipe you want to skip, and it automatically removes it from the list, which also takes those items out of your grocery list. So now that you know what you're eating, you simply take the app to the store. It's as simple as taking it and knowing exactly what you're spending, how you're spending, and where it's going to go. The cool part is, you're sitting here thinking, well, what about the little things that you have to pick up? Simple enough. Just go in, add those items, and it automatically populates to the grocery list. The best feature that I like is we always hear about moms that, what do I do when I have kids and I take them to the grocery store? They're always grabbing things off the shelf. But with the app, simply give the app to the kids and let them mark items off as you make your way through the store. So next time you ask, what's for dinner? I hope you think of eMeals. For less than $5 a month, it's a simple solution for your family. It's a really simple app, and the biggest thing is we keep it simple for a reason. We want to take all the stress away from you. Thanks.
Thank you. Well, that made us hungry. So we're talking about practical solutions. Here to introduce our next app from THX, which is also incredibly practical and useful, is Andrea Smith. Andrea?
Hi there. So when you're in Best Buy or one of those big box stores and you see all the fabulous looking TVs lined up and they're so perfectly tuned, and then you get them home and not so much. Well, there's an app for that. THX has made a mobile app that makes you the expert of setting up your new TV in your own home. It gives customers instructions, picture and sound content so they can check and adjust the television picture settings. It works with Android, iOS, PC, Mac, and any HDMI-ready HD television. So to tell you more about it, here's Sandra Benedetto, THX Director of Product Management. Slowly drawing it out so you can connect your cables.
Okay. So you can imagine this is not easy. And in this case, the app involves an app and a television. So we're just a few cables away. And then we'll clean up one. And we'll all know Sandy's password in just a minute.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So let's get started here. First thing I want to say is that as of this morning, in celebration of CE Week, this app is now free worldwide, so you can download it right now as we're here. THX, as Andrea said, thank you, Andrea. We go to the store, we come back with a television, and somehow we get it into our unique viewing environment, and it doesn't look quite the same. We're not really sure what to do, how to set things up. This is an app for the average consumer that allows them to connect their iPad or their iPhone to their television, either through AirPlay wirelessly or through HDMI, and we're trying something new here through VGA, to actually adjust your television set. We also let you check for your speaker connections through your AVR, and we do some fun things here. So this is a 2-screen application. What you are seeing now from the projector is not what I'm seeing here. We have a camera. If I have a little bit of time, I'll actually show you the interface, or you can come up later or see me afterwards. I'm just going to quickly, I'm looking at an interface here on my iPad. That's the opening screen here. I'm going to play a little bit.
At THX, we believe everyone should have the best possible viewing and listening experience, regardless of the size and cost of the system they own.
Okay, great. I'm just going to move a little bit further here. This is an opening tutorial. Where I wanted to stop here is, I'm not going to show you all of the adjustments, but what we do to allow you to adjust your TV is, first off, what do you look at when you're adjusting your TV? If I'm adjusting brightness, what am I looking at? Brian Williams on the nightly news, Andrea Smith doing her technology overview. What am I watching? So we give you custom patterns from THX with real pictures, companion photos that people can relate to, with clear things that we're instructing you what to look at. For instance, brightness. We also explain to you what you're looking for. Brightness, by the way, adjusts for black levels. Okay, it's just another example of our industry completely confounding our customer by selecting a name that's technically accurate, but is rather counterintuitive. You don't think that you're adjusting black when you adjust brightness. So what we do is we give you very clear photographs to look at, as well as our patterns. When you're adjusting for tint, you're adjusting for skin tone. How often are you looking at multiple skin tones at the same time? So we give you those kinds of images. So let me kind of move back. I've now moved from the opening video that tells you what to do, and I actually have adjustments here that I'm driving. I can go to picture adjustments, and I have 6 picture adjustments. We can adjust for aspect ratio, we can adjust for brightness, contrast, color, tint, and then we give you an entire review. So I'm going to go to brightness. Carlo, are you back there?
Brightness adjustment. On your remote, press this.
We can turn her off if you like to read. There's text to read. So what she's telling you to do is back all the way down, Carlo, on the brightness. You see where things are disappearing here, folks? Okay, so now come up. The instructions tell you come up until you just see the drop shadow right behind the THX. Great. Okay, that's great if you're kind of geeky. But now let's look at the photograph. The photograph should show you, and the voiceover narration says, do you see that texture on the wall behind the model? If you don't see it, you are not adjusted properly. Carl, if you could just go down on the brightness just again, just to show how this disappears if he pulls out. So if he goes down on the brightness, you see how that texture disappears. So this is what we do. Thank you very much, Carla. So this is what we do in terms of helping people. And then we also do sound adjustments. And then we also offer some really quick fun things from THX, all our high-def trailers. We offer our signature Deep Note 5.1 if you're connected. And here comes signature deep dump from THX, so once you've tuned up your system, you can play it through your system. And we also offer some other fun things like THX Blue Can, where I can turn my phone into a blue can, which is a kind of a fun thing, a joke throughout the whole app. So again, you can download it right now. THX Tune Up. Enjoy.
So Sandy comes home with every app to make sure that your TV is properly tuned. It really is an amazing piece of technology that I hope will give us all incredible viewing pleasure. Next up, we have another really entertainment-focused app, and again, we call Andrea Smith, our judge, to introduce Dish Network.
Okay, so there's great content on TV these days. There's recorded, there's live, there's on demand. But the problem is when you're in a situation where you want to watch it, you're not home. You are somewhere else with no access to it. Well, Dish Anywhere helps with that. It gives customers with the Dish Anywhere app the ability to watch live, recorded programs on demand, and that's thanks to the Sling technology that's now built into the latest Hopper DVR. How many of you are familiar with Slingbox? Yeah, great stuff. Okay, so now it's integrated into the latest Hoppers. This works on PCs and Macs, iOS and Android, and also has social media. So here to present Dish Anywhere is Julie Turner.
Thank you.
You can take up to 4 minutes? Don't panic.
Okay.
She's back at 4.
All right. So how many of you have ever missed a big game? You know, your favorite team, you're traveling, you're away from your TV, and you don't get to watch your favorite game. Show of hands, anybody? Okay, there we go. And how many of you have ever wished you had a TV maybe outside so you can enjoy it, or in your kitchen, or maybe I know some of you are thinking it even in your bathroom? Well, Dish Anywhere is a solution for this. So Dish Anywhere actually gives you your TV content right on your mobile device. So it's your programming, it's all your live channels, all your DVR recordings, and your on-demand content, all in one place wherever you are. So I'm going to actually walk you through some of the features that we have. So when you launch the app, you come to this Showcase tab. And like Andrea said, we have live DVR and on-demand content. So this is going to give you a view of all the content that's available, things that may be most relevant for you, some of our featured content. But let's get into why customers really love the app, and that's because of our live TV. So when you hit live TV, it's actually going to start playing your TV from home. It's connecting to your DVR, so you're going to have access to all of your live channels. So while you're watching, you have full control. You can pause, rewind, fast forward, but you also can channel serve. So if you want, you can pull up the guide, and you can scroll through it just like you were at home, find something else. Maybe you want to watch a different program, or maybe you want to set a recording, and you can do that all from within the app. Or say you have a DVR recording you want to watch. You can pull up all of your DVR recordings, you have full access, and you can watch it right in the app. And we also have thousands of on-demand titles that you can watch. So we have all of this content available for our customers. So in addition to watching though, we know watching is a big use case, but we have a lot of customers who actually want to manage their programming, their DVR from somewhere else. So you have access to your recordings, you can delete them if you're running out of space. You can also manage your timers. Say there's a recording conflict and you want to make sure your show gets recorded. You can actually come in, delete a timer, skip a recording, and manage it all remotely. Now I mentioned that we have a lot of on-demand content. We have thousands of titles. And the reason we have this is because we pull in content from all of your programming that you subscribe to. So customers no longer need to download an HBO app, a Starz app, an Epix app, and then switch in between all of these to find the content that you want. We actually aggregate all of that together, and now you can pull in this full catalog and have access to all of that in one place. Now, I know I talked about all of this content that you have available to you, and it's a lot to browse through if you're a customer. So if you want, you can use our search feature, which actually is a universal search. So you type in what you're looking for, it's going to search our guide, it's going to search our DVR, and it's going to search on demand and pull
pull in the results for you all simultaneously, so you can find exactly what you want, whether it's live or recorded or on demand. Now, I walked through a lot of these features, but really it doesn't mean anything if customers don't want to use it and they don't enjoy it. And actually, our customers love our app. This is our app rating that I pulled just a little bit ago, and you can see we're one of the highest rated apps in the App Store. We have 4.5 stars, which is higher than any other TV programmer or provider. And you can see by the ratings that customers are really enjoying and using this. And the reason for this is because we're the only ones that give them all of their live channels, all of their DVR recordings from anywhere. It's free. As a Dish subscriber, you get this service available to you. There's no additional subscription fees, there's no additional equipment to buy, there's no charge for the app. This is a free service for you, which is added value to your subscription. And this is an app that everyone uses. Whether you're a mom, a child, a teen, everyone in the family will enjoy and use this app. So we know that TV Everywhere is a big part of what customers are demanding, and it will continue to be going forward. And Dish is really excited to be at the forefront of that and already offering that for our customers. So please stop by our booth and see a live demo. Thank you.
Thanks, Julie. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring MyCheck back to set up, and while they're getting set up, we're going to take a little break. Everybody ready for a break? It is trivia break. As soon as I find my trivia, which is, sorry.
Yeah. We've had a few customers say that.
Okay. So, when CDs were invented, there were about 12 dinosaur apps, and we thought that was like the hugest amount. Like, why would anybody need 12 dinosaur CDs on the market? So does anybody want to guess how many apps there are about dinosaurs? Whoop, you gotta switch back. I remember the answer. How many apps for dinosaurs on your iPad?
500,000.
Way down, way down. There are a lot.
100.
Little up.
110.
1,000.
Little down.
990.
Wait,
890.
I better check. Okay, iPad only? Who said 725?
Somebody check.
Somebody checked, and you know there are 25 more than when I checked a week ago. So, you can come collect your prize, 725. There are 700 iPad dinosaur apps. And anybody want to guess at how many iPhone dinosaur apps there are?
800.
Close enough. Close enough. For 800, there are 900 iPhone apps. All right, that goes to the 9. There she goes. Okay, for our next mobile app trivia. Okay, we're going to put on our Kickstarter hats now. Which Kickstarter project has been the most funded yet?
Ouya. Ashley Pictures. Ouya.
No. At least this was like after a few glasses of wine at dinner last night. We found a different answer. Okay, anybody idea Kickstarter, most funding? There, I heard it. It's the Pebble for 8 million? 10 million.
Pebble 8.6 for Ouya.
Here you go, really.
Wow. No one knows we're funding dinner.
Okay. All right, where's my guy, my 8 million guy? There you go. Yeah.
So what
okay.
was Pebble?
$8 million, the Pebble Watch.
Yeah, Ouya was
Is
like
it available?
yeah.
It's available. Okay.
But you would think it was the Ouya.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also a difference in the percentage of funding.
What's the average number of apps installed on an iPhone?
Yeah.
We went with Nielsen, by the way, if you're curious. 60, 25. Any others? Do I hear it somewhere in the middle of those two? Okay, that's close enough. I think the answer is 42. 42 apps. Anybody want to guess how many of those get used? One. No.
5.
That's right. That's right. Somewhere right around there. And that comes from Nielsen. Okay. What? For our last trivia question, before we go on to even more fun, what simple technology was used to facilitate the NSA hacks.
USB drive.
Oh God, he's got it. He's got it. He's following his news. Okay, ready?
So don't get
Yeah. Okay, so that ends this trivia round. Now I'm going to turn it back. Well, first of all, before I turn it back, can everybody applaud what you've seen so far? Because it's truly awesome. In 4 minutes, it's really hard. And now I'm going to turn it over to Tom and Francis and team from MyCheck.
All right. Perfect. So first of all, sorry for earlier. So just to remind you, MyCheck is an app that allows you to check yourself out of a restaurant, bar, every place which you need to wait for the check. And instead of just showing the app, we'll try to demonstrate 2 scenes. One with MyCheck and the other is without. I hope you'll get it. All right.
So, my place or yours?
All right. It worked first time. Okay, so this is how it would work. This is how it looks while using the app. Basically, now we switch to the thing. So, yeah. In any given moment, you can see the check. You can see where you stand. You can adjust and add a tip. On average, tips with MyCheck are 32.7% higher, which is kind of interesting because people would think it's going to be the opposite, but it's people leave more because they have nothing to complain with the server. You can just press continue. You can split the check with friends if you want to, but basically press continue. I want to get an email receipt. I'm going to choose mark it with my finger, and basically what it does, it connects to the POS, which every restaurant has, and the minute you're ready to go, you can just press pay, sign with your finger. You better do your own signature, and that's all. You can just press and go. So we can just go now, Francis. My place or yours?
Very cool. And a lot of fun. So next up, you've seen apps that are pretty practical and utilitarian, but apps can be a statement about performance too. So we have a special treat for you. When I first moved to Manhattan, I lived on a houseboat on 79th Street. This guy was my neighbor. He was also a fabulous Mattel toy engineer who has since done all sorts of incredible performance art, a lot with apps. And here to present the Royal Flush, his talking toilet app, is Stan Resnikoff. We're just going to get him set up, and you're going to hear a little poetry slam. Okay, you got it.
much of a talking toilet if I didn't let him speak for himself. Not there. Here. Way to go. Damn match. Now don't forget to wash your hands. My turn. Now that's a load of my mind. Go ahead, flush it. Not there. Here. Another job well done. Hey, don't do that. My turn. That'll just give you a little taste of the talking toilet. We made it really just for fun, but a lot of parents have told me that it helps them with toilet training, and I think that's a good thing. My target audience is about 2. So, I should say 2 and up. Anyway, as you can probably tell by his accent, he originally started in Brooklyn, but now he lives in California. And in California, everybody has a backstory. And he wanted me to give you a little bit of his story, which he calls his narrative. So I'm going to do that now. I'm Tom the Talking Toilet. I keep my porcelain clean. I'll take care of your business, if you know what I mean, because I don't care which one you do, number 1 or number 2. I'll be there to see it through and flush it down the drain for you. Now, I'm a little like a small pond, and I'm a little like a bank. So if you make a deposit, please try to keep it in the tank. Hey, you gotta love my whirlpool. It spins and swirls and flows and takes everything you give me. Lord knows where it goes. Hey, I don't get a vacation. It almost is a crime, but that's okay. Hey, you might say, I'm on duty all the time. Now they say it's a dirty business, but somebody's got to do it. Hey, I don't mind. I kind of like to keep my options fluid. Okay, I gotta go now. My rhymes are getting thin. I'll leave you with Tom's golden rule. Just 3 words, don't fall in. Whoa, I don't care which one you do. Number 1 or number 2. I'll be there to see it through and flush it down the drain for you. Okay, I see my time's up, but if anybody needs me, I'll be in the bathroom.
Okay, so keeping on our family theme, thank you so much. You can see Stanley downstairs and get a private performance. Couldn't resist. Is NQ Guardian here? NC Guardian? NQ Guardian? Okay. Keeping on our family theme, I'm going to have Sunny Dave introduce our next contestant.
Thank you. In this age of cyberbullying, NQ Guardian is a necessary tool for all parents. And I'd like to introduce NQ Guardian, Victoria.
Victoria, yes. You guys hear me okay? How many of you have kids? How many of you have smartphone carrying kids? So I'm Victoria Rapisi. I'm product director and the full-time spokesmom for NQ Mobile. And I'm here today to tell you about NQ Family Guardian that helps moms and dads get peace of mind.
Your kids live on their phones, doing who knows what. Right now, he's downloading something he shouldn't be. And she just texted you that she's at the library from the mall. That's why you need NQ Mobile Family Guardian, an app that gives you visibility and control over the whole crew. With NQ Mobile, you can do things like monitor your kid's smartphone activity, block inappropriate websites and apps, and stay informed wherever they go. So your kids get the smartphone security they need, and you get the peace of mind you deserve. Find out more at nq.com.
In a survey we conducted this spring, we found only 12% of the parents are not worried about what their kids doing on their phones, which means I belong to the 88% who are terrified. So Sherry and Stephanie today are helping me to show you how exactly Family Guardian can help you out.
It's 1 a.m. on a school night. What are you still doing up?
I'm asleep, really.
I can see your phone glowing, Stephanie Marie. Are you texting? I swear, I don't know if you really have ADHD or if you're just sleep deprived. Give me that phone right now.
No, Mom, I hate you. You're ruining my life.
Survey showed 63% of parents with smartphone carrying kids worry about their kids doing something when they really shouldn't. A Family Guardian comes with a convenient scheduling tool so you can easily set up times when your kids is and isn't supposed to use your phones for calls, text, even individual apps.
So when he walked away, I told Chrissy that, hold on, my mom's calling.
Hi, sweetie. I just wanted to check in and see how school was going today. I know you were so nervous about that quiz.
Oh, the test went great, Mom, no worries. But I can't talk by now. I gotta get to trick class. Sorry about that. My mom's cray. If she knew I skipped class to go to the mall, she'd put me in house arrest.
Family Guardian's parental control portal lets you view your child's location on a map at any time on any browser, smartphone, tablets, or laptop. But no one wants to be a spy. What we really want to know is whether our kids are somewhere where they shouldn't be. So with this, we built a geofencing capability. For example, now Sherry can set up a perimeter, and if Stephanie leaves that area to go to the mall, she will be automatically notified.
I know you're at the mall, young lady. You get back to class, or I'll pick out your clothes until you go to college. What's the matter, sweetie?
Mom, Jenna's sending me mean texts saying I'm fat and stupid.
I'm gonna call her mom.
No, don't do that. It'll make things worse.
Cyberbullying has really become a hot topic and one that Family Guardian is designed to address. Just set up a block on Jenna's phone number, then Stephanie won't be bothered anymore by Jenna's harassment. No phone calls, no text.
Oh, this is a great party. Oh, 8. Oh, this is so embarrassing, but if I don't call my mom now, she'll freak.
Family Guardian isn't made to just help parents. We keep the kids in mind too. The easy check-in button helps the kids avoid those catastrophically awkward moments like calling parents. We hope you enjoyed our demo today, the only complete parental control suite that balances protection with communication and offers all the tools you need to make sure your kids have positive and safe mobile experience. Thank you.
Okay, moving right along. Video crowdsourcing is going to be huge. We can smell it. Imagine going to an event like you will tonight at our fashion show and be able to video crowdsource and piece together your own movies based on other people who have been at the same event. It's going to be amazing. Chris Hansen, Haymar, right, whose app I know better than his last name, is about to present CrowdFlik. So there you go. And we are ready.
Everywhere we go, we're filming and videoing weddings, sport events, marathons, baseball games, NASCAR races, and more. While we're filming these events, but we all end up with the same bunch of one-dimensional single-lens video and no way to harness the crowd. But CrowdFlik puts you in the director's chair. Has anyone been to a wedding lately? It's easy to shoot, and everyone is filming. CrowdFlik harnesses the guest list. The device using location, navigation, location confirmation, and pinging the US Naval atomic clock for specific time synchronization to 1/100th of a second allows CrowdFlik to synchronize the video for later edit, simple edit on the edit and review platform. How about a demo? CrowdFlik is a free app. It's opening tomorrow. We're live in the App Store tomorrow for iOS 4, 4S, and 5. It's set up very similar to Facebook in the sense of a content stream. There are users who create and share flicks, and there are events where you check in and capture flicks. In this case, Monday night was the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, captured video there from the outdoor stage, and created a multi-number of flicks. You can follow people, you can catch flicks by what's popular and by what's recently around you. Furthermore, you can create a new event. So here at CE Mobile Apps Showdown, you create an event when others are here filming the event, like we'll be doing tomorrow. You can walk around with your iPhones, capture the video. It will go synchronized up to the video edit screen, and we can create and share edits throughout the show. This is creating an edit. It's as simple as tapping, 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 save, and share. You can then tag the video. You save. You can then tag the video with hashtags so they can later be searched. CrowdFlik is a business. The CrowdFlik platform will use sponsored events to grow user base and revenue, working with event sponsors to extend their event activity beyond the actual event. We'll brand the event pages and we'll brand the profile pages. CrowdFlik is the new consumer video experience. It's the solution to mobile video. It gives links to the sponsored events. It's the actual gamification of mobile video. And here's CrowdFlik in action. Anyway, this, without the audience, still shows how CrowdFlik works in a real scenario in Washington Square Park a couple of weeks ago. We go live tomorrow in this App Store. Thank you very much.
I'm going to invite Rich Ryler up from New Republic because we're running slightly behind schedule. So the world has been going on while you've been downstairs or upstairs or wherever you are, and you're going to see an app that's a great way to find out, keep up on what's going on around you. So as soon as you guys are ready.
Hello audience, presenters, judges, glad to be here. My name is Rich Ryder from News Republic. We also have a brief intro video which might be the best way for me to let you see what the app looks like. News Republic is one news app that has many, many sources, almost 1,000 different licensed publishers that are now included within the app. And that means that you as a newsreader get full articles, not just tapping out from different headlines. The app itself is very, very customizable so that you can search by topics as opposed to just tapping to different publishers. So I will play the video and then demo.
Meet Dan. He absolutely loves cycling. And right now, he's hungry for news about the next Tour de France. That's why he has the News Republic app on his mobile device. It lets him create his own personal news channel to satisfy his two-wheeled obsession. He gets notified the instant a new article or video is available. So no matter where he roams, he's always got the latest scoop. Every article is presented in full and in an easy-to-read format. Of course, Dan is a well-rounded guy. He also has channels set up for movies, Wall Street, and the upcoming elections, his other big interests. Because it effortlessly cuts through all the clutter, News Republic keeps Dan informed about the things that really matter to him. It understands Dan, so he can better understand his world. Plus, if a new but related topic tickles his fancy, the app lets him dive in and discover it with a tap. News Republic also makes Dan a hero. This weekend, he's helping his nephew write an astronomy paper. Dan just got an update that an amazing new planet has been discovered. This paper just might earn an A+, thanks to hot news from a trusted professional source. Uncle Dan, you rock. When Dan and his friends get together, they have all the cool new stuff to talk about. Basketball, the latest gadgets, and Lady Gaga. That's because, thanks to News Republic, they're always up on the latest news, and always exploring new things they're interested in and passionate about. How will you stay informed and explore your world? The answer is simple. Install the News Republic app now.
Great, thanks. And now if we switch to the device, please. So News Republic is out. It's a published app within the app stores. It is one app with 1,000 different sources within it. And I'll just do a really quick walkthrough to show you basically how it's set up. The screen is dynamic in that the photos and the articles within each topic are going to change as the new ones come in. And it's very customizable in terms of picking out different topics that you'd like to put onto your own home screen, from what's featured to what is relevant and what has been trending, to various things. For this show, for instance, I'm going to assume that Android might be something that everyone would be interested in. I can then have put that topic back onto the home screen and resize. We'll resize in a minute. When the new topics come in, all the articles are sourced by publishers, as opposed to having to tap to Huffington Post or to Reuters or to Associated Press or to Engadget or to CNET, all of which are in the app. Sourced by Android, you'd have all those different articles here within it. And if you just pick an article, and within each article, the full text appears. And if you wanted to scan other articles within the same content, it's all very interactive and very fluid within that. Jump back to the home screen. The home screen itself, it's not going to let me do that. I just wanted to show you how, well, you can readjust the home screen and resize all the various topics so that whatever's most important to you can appear on the screen itself. Within each topic, the keywords are all highlighted and interacted so that whatever's related to Android is going to show up also. So if I decided I wanted to also see articles that are on Microsoft, all of a sudden those articles come in, and all sourced by the different ones that are there. It's fully optimized, photo, video, social. It is highly rated within the App Store. Our readers love it. They're the reason that we're here. We were nominated for the awards, and our readers all of a sudden voted us into it. So you guys are my support system at this point. I don't have a cheering section to vote for us, but our readers loved it and voted us into it. The comments that they have on the stores are great. We're really proud of them. So thanks for taking a look at it. If news is your thing, please use News Republic to read the topics that are important to you.
Mommy Nearest, our next app, and you guys gotta keep remembering this. Mommy Nearest, are we here? Okay. Oh, wait, okay. And you're bringing your friends, I'm so glad. Okay, and you're bringing your device. Okay. Pass the device. There you go. We'll get it set up. Okay.
Guess there wasn't enough time for an introduction, so I'll introduce myself. But before I do that, a lot of shorter people than me. How you doing? Good to hear. So before we get started, I have a quick favor to ask you. I just put the little one to sleep, so if you don't mind not speaking during the presentation, I'd really appreciate it. Clearly I'm kidding. This is not a child. This is Curious George. I am not a mom. I'm Josh Milstein, I'm the CEO of Mommy Nearest, and I'm here to tell you why Mommy Nearest is truly the best resource for parents on the go. So you're probably wondering what a young guy like myself is doing creating an app for parents. Well, it started when I graduated from college. I actually worked as a hotel concierge on the Upper East Side. And a lot of what I was doing was telling parents what they can actually do with their children. And what I found was there were a lot of great web-based resources, but very few of them were mobile and portable, which is when parents actually wanted to have these resources at their disposal. So we built it. And what Mommy Nearest is, simply put, is the most comprehensive mobile resource guide for parents who are out and about with their kids. So why don't we switch to the device? We already have the device up. So as you can see, we made the app super simple to use. We've broken it down into 5 categories: dining, fun, hygiene, health, and shopping, as you can see. And this little guy just had a little accident. So why don't we use hygiene to find the closest changing table. So as you can see, the closest changing table is actually in the media room here at CUE. You guys wouldn't mind if we changed the diaper in there, would you? Appreciate that. As you can see, each place on the app has a description. We like to think of it as a Yelp square for parents. It's like Yelp in that it's community validated, so everything on the app has ratings and reviews. And it's like Foursquare in that it's geolocated. So, under dining, not only will you find things like generic kid-friendly restaurants, but we've actually broken it down by amenities, things that major search engines will not return results for. So whether the restaurant has a high chair, whether it has a kids menu, or whether it's stroller friendly, which if you're a parent, you know, lugging a stroller, some restaurants will not let you carry your stroller into the restaurant. Under fun, besides having every single park and playground in New York City listed on the app, we also have indoor play spaces, places where you can just drop in, where you don't have to make a reservation, which is very handy on a hot day like today. We also have places to throw birthday parties, which if you're a parent, you know that that can be a major source of stress in your life. So here are the nearest 50 places to throw a birthday party. Health, these are for those just-in-case moments. God forbid any of you want to use this health tag, but should there be an accident in your family or your child gets hurt, we list all the nearest urgent care facilities and pediatric emergency rooms. Under shopping, also pretty self-explanatory, but I can tell you that if you're a screaming child, it's really nice to know where the closest toy store is to kind of appease them and mollify them. Besides being a strict resource guide, the Mommy Nearest app is actually a great way to plan ahead, and a lot of parents use it to do that. So let's say I'm a parent, I live on the Upper West Side, but I know I'm visiting friends in Tribeca. So what I can do is I can search for Tribeca and find all of the great resources that are in that neighborhood. So search Tribeca, New York, the map refocuses, and now we know that here are all these great toy stores in Tribeca. I'm gonna click on Coast Kids for just a second to show you one other thing. As a resource, as a planning ahead tool, let's say I'm not from Tribeca, but I had a really great experience at the store. I can hit this little heart icon, and it'll say it's a favorite place. I can also see what other moms say about it. We have nice helpful tips, like the store is very small, so be careful if you're bringing a stroller inside. You can see here that now that I've added it as a favorite place, you can see that when I go to my favorite places, you will see Coast Kids right there. So you're probably wondering, how did we get all this great data? To date, we have over 3,000 places listed on the app. We're constantly adding places. We add hundreds of places each week. And I actually have a team of Mommy Nearest expert moms that help me curate the app, make sure that everything's listed, does what it says it should, which is very helpful. We're actually about to launch a competition called Put Your Neighborhood on the App. It's a challenge that enables parents to add their favorite kid-friendly places. It's a game of sorts, and so we'll be launching that summer-wide, launching next week, running through Labor Day. Before I finish up, I just want to thank 2 people in the audience, our 2 other co-founders, Adam Singer, who's head of product, and Ilya Sharenbrich, who's head of development. Without them, we really wouldn't be here. And it's really been a pleasure talking to you about Mommy Nearest. Again, I'm Josh Milstein, and this is Mommy Nearest, the best friend for parents on the go.
Can I get Tiffen up here, Rick Booth, and our last Tiffen team, and then we're going to do a quick vote. So everybody be thinking, listening to Tiffen, and I'm sorry that we're running slightly over. But if you've ever edited an image, you're going to love what you're about to see.
Is this thing on? By the way, I'm Mike Rubin. Rick couldn't make it. Anyone who does know Rick, he's about 6'1". I'm a little bit shorter, just a little bit. So we'll make this quick. Whenever, Jenna, whenever you're ready.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for hanging in with us today. It's always good to be last. Anyway, so we're gonna get a little serious here. We're from the Tiffen company, and if those of you who actually know us, we've been in the photo industry for over 75 years, which, hey, that's a great thing in this industry. So what we're bringing to you today is we're bringing to you the Photo Effects Ultra app. So basically, I'm gonna take an image, the one that you sent me this morning.
Well, because now that I have an iPad, I'm a photographer.
Well, you think you are. Let's just
You mean
say.
you don't like my image?
Well, even you can use this app. So, basically, on your iPhone or your iPad, you bring in an image, and you can see this one, the ruined shot is a little dark. So what we're going to do is we're going to peruse the categories here. Like you can see them along the bottom here. You have film lab, diffusion, grads and tints, image. This is where we're going to stop. And this is where we're going to take a look and we're going to try to fix this image. So we have auto adjust. We can go in there and try different things this way and see if that fixes it. Not really doing it, Ruben. All right, we're going to try levels. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix this, and we're bringing it up to where we think it looks good. So this looks good. So what I'm going to do...
Yeah, that's exactly how I took it, right?
Yeah, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a layer, because you can add different filters. Now, what this is, the digital equivalents of what we've done in the Tiffen optical line as well. So let's go into grads and tints, and let's take a look and see what we can do with the sky. So we have lots of presets. By the way, 77 filters, over 934 presets, and the ability to adjust.
77 filters, would that cost like what, $5,000, $10,000 in last?
No, actually it's $4.99.
Don't you mean $499?
No, I do not.
Oh.
$4.99. So here we go. We're going to adjust this gradient tint here. I'm going to give a little sky. I'm going to get rid of that little line here. Boom. We got a whole new image here. Let's say we want to add another layer and another filter. So we're going to click on that little arrow there. We're going to add a layer. We're going to go in and try something different. Let's go into Film Lab. Let's try some grain. Let's give it a little punch. Now we're starting to look like we actually did something very cool here. So even you, even you can look like a good photographer. So what's really nice about this is, as I say this, is that we have the ability to create recipes and different things that we normally would be afraid to do if we had to put filters in front of the lens. So
recipes?
Recipes.
Ooh, I'm hungry now.
Yeah, me too. I've been sitting here all day long. It's 1:30 now. The food's probably gone. But you know, actually, what I like to shoot is flan. You know,
Fantastic.
I have many pictures of flan. I don't know why. It's just something I'm obsessed with. But here we go. Let's take an image of this flan here, and let's take a look. What are we going to do with it? Well,
post it to Facebook. Put it on Instagram.
We could do that. But what I'm going to do is basically, I'm going to warm it up. So we're going to do a little 812 warming. Let's try it too. And let's add a layer again. And we'll take it into the lens category, because here's places where you can actually play with the different focal lengths. So we can go in here, we do a little depth of field.
Ooh, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, very good. So when we're good, what we can do is we can save it, or we can actually share it with our friends, because you know we love to show pictures of food.
99% of all images shown on Facebook or
especially on Instagram. So this particular filter, as you guys are watching, takes a little bit longer because it is a lens filter. So it takes a little bit longer. So meanwhile, I'm a few more and take.
Well, I will just say really quick, we don't have any swag here, but the first person who comes in to me at the Tiffen booth later and says, SCOTUS defeats Prop 8, will get something very cool. A White House News photographer's badge. So please, if you say that, the first person says that to me at the booth downstairs, I'll be happy to give that to you.
A photographer's vest.
Yes. No, that's a bag.
Oh.
White House bag.
All right,
cool.
guys.
Any other books? Any other images, books, whatever?
Oh, well, I have one more.
Hope it's a good one. Ah.
Let's take this into the fusion category, which actually Tiffen's very famous for. We can actually work on those skin imperfections. We can go over to my favorite filter, which would be soft effects. Give you a 2.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch the difference, folks.
Smooth.
Oh, there you go. So that's it. iTunes, $4.99 for Photo Effects Ultra. We also have Photo Effects for iPhone for $2.99. Come visit us at the booth and we'll give you some live demos. Thanks very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, everybody ready for the big moment? Thank you for sticking this out. In our unscientific, we've got really 11 winners here tonight. So first, to test the sound meter, to test you all that you're still breathing, let's hear it for all 11 wonderful apps. Be me. Okay, let's get the big slide up with all the apps. And remember, no Vuvuzelas, whatever they're called, in anybody's pockets. Applaud, cheer from your seats. If there's a tie, we'll have a runoff, and then it'll really be shot. But let's go. We're going to start with our very first contestant, ActiveBudz. Let's hear it for ActiveBudz Group Work. Okay, next. MyCheck, where you can get out of the restaurant as fast as you want. Let's hear it for MyCheck. Next up, for crowdsourcing your video, we have VidLasso. Let's hear it for VidLasso. And we have the way to healthier dining, eMeals. We've got THX's Better Television, THX Tuna. And we've got Dish Anywhere, your TV recording.
Yeah! Woo!
We've got our family NQ Family Guardian. And CrowdFlik crowdsourced video. We've got News Republic News. Mommy Nearest. And Tiffen's Photo FX Ultra. Give our Price Waterhouse or whoever, whatever the current incarnation of that is, a second to come up with the winner. I will tell you that the online vote was over at 9 o'clock this morning, and the winner is eMeal on the online vote, and the winner of the real-time 6th Mobile App Showdown. And I asked you to hold all your applause photos to outside this room, and we have we have a winner, and the winner is MyCheck.